Yes. Yes. What is OSI model? OSI model, there are two models. When someone wants to share his information, communicate with other ones, so some protocols are there, some protocols are used. So these protocols are based on these models. Okay, so in 1984 there was a first model to communicate with other ones. So that was the OSI model. What is the full form of the OSI model? Is the open system interconnection. As I told about your protocols, uh, there are some protocols that is used when you want to share your information or when you want to communicate with the other ones. So there are some protocols. So first we will discuss about the introduction of the OSI model. OSI model, there exist two reference models. Namely, first one is the OSI model and second one is the TCP IP model. However, the OSI model is a hypothetical because OSI model is a hypothetical? Because OSI model is just for the research. It is like a research when someone make the model, so it is just as a result, but implementation is on the TCP IP model. Today we are using TCP IP model. uh, okay, it is a practical model because it is in the use we are using. OSI model is just a hypothetical, it is just for the assumption. OSI model is a short form of the Open System Interconnection Model. This model type was created by the ISO, International Organization of Standardization. Who create this model? International Organization of Standardization, that is ISO, in 1984, is therefore also called the ISO OSI model. This model is based on the concept that standardize and characterize the communication function involved in a typical computing system or telecommunication. This model is based on the telecommunication. When you want to communicate, some protocols are used. So these protocols are based on the OSI model. But today we are using the TCP IP model. According to the OSI model, there are 7 layers. The data is flow, sender to receiver is in the 7 layers. Okay, when you are sending some information, the data will flow in the 7 layers. Okay, a, a class of functionality is served by the lower layers to the layers above it, in other words. So all layers are suppose the lower layers are served by the upper layers. Okay, when it comes to the intermediate layer, they not only serve the layer above it, but at the same time get served by the OSI layer below it. So when you come in the center point, they not only served by the above layer, they are also served by the uh, lower layers. So we will discuss about these 7 layers: application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. First 3 layers are the software layers. We also call these layers also called software layers. And transport layer is also it is a heart of the OSI. And last 3 layers are the hardware layers: network layer, data link layer, physical layer. So data is flow when you send some information, data is flow from application layer to physical layer. When you receive some information, when receiver receives some information, data is flow from physical layer to application layer. These are the functions of the OSI model layer. First one is the physical layer. This is on the first we will discuss about the application layer. Application layer is the As we know about application programs, uh, uh, about the application pro sorry. So, as we use now Chrome, Google, these are the software programs. So when you use these application programs, there are some protocols. There are some protocols to use these application software programs. So these protocols, like you are web browsing, you are web surfing. Okay, you are using you are web surfing. You are using the Google Chrome for the web surfing. So what protocol is used in this web surfing? One sec- 1 second. So 1 second. So when you are web surfing on Google Chrome or web browsing, as both are same thing. So which what protocols will be used? HTTP or HTTPS. These two protocols are used when you used web surfing, when you are using web surfing or Google Chrome. What is the HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And HTTPS is a it is a advanced or update version of the HTTP uh, for securing the data. HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So these protocols are used in application layer when you are using web surfing. When you want to transfer the any file, so which protocol is used? FTP. File transfer protocol is used when you are transferring the file. So this all protocols are used in the application layer to uh, when you use any software program. Okay. So next is a presentation layer. When you use the application layer, the data is forward to the presentation layer. And what is the function of the presentation layer? Presentation layer handles the data. It suppose your file is of 5 MB, but when you transfer it to the other ones, then it will take more time. So what will happen? So presentation here, what will presentation will do? It will compress your information data. It will compress your data. That is data compression. What is the function of the presentation layer? It will compress your uh, data, okay, in less space. Okay, suppose your file is taking 5 MB, so it will compress the data and it will uh, 5 MB to 2 MB. Okay, your data can be lossy or lossless. Lossy or lossless means if you are compressing your data, data can, when data is lost, data compression, data is lost, then it means data is lossy. When it is lossless, it means data is compressed without any loss. Okay, so it can be lossy or it can be lossless. And second is function of the presentation layer: authorization. It gives authorization. uh, or you can say that authentication. Authorization and authentication. Authorization, as you see now, when suppose you get some information from your bank, you can't open, and anybody or you also can't open that information without a user ID or without any password, without any user. As you if you are using your account, if you get some information from the bank, you can't open that information without any authorization. If you have authorization, if you have password or user ID, then you can only use that, uh, open that information. Okay, that is provided by the presentation layer. Next is the Session layer. Session layer is responsible for the uh, dialogues between computers. This is a main session layer. Session layer is a like work like the it creates a connection. Session layer creates a connection between the sender and the receiver. Okay, one second. When you are one second, when you are communicate with other ones, it will convert your data into segment form. It will convert your data into segment forms. It will provide some you can say that as like the presentation layer is a provides authorization and present. One second, there is some wrong. Was one second. Yes, session layer is works like a to share the data to share the data, how the data will transfer from one a PC to another. So this is the function of the data session layer. So data will transfer in segment form, or it will transfer as it is. So that is a function of the session layer. It is, you can say like that, it is a dialogue. It is a dialogue. It is works as like a dialogue management between the sender and the receiver. It creates a synchronization. It creates a synchronization in between sender and the receiver. So next is the transport layer. It is a layer, it is a heart of the, as in the diagram, it is a heart of the OSI. How it is a heart of the OSI? Because through this, when the data is authorization and data is uh, synchronized. So that's next level, how the data will transport. How the data will transport, this is decided by the transport layer. In this, the data is sent in the segment forms. That data is divided into the segment form that is provided by the transport layer. That is a function of the transport layer to uh, convert the data into the segment form. That is a function of the transport layer. So next is a network layer. Network layer is like a this is a TCP and TCP and UDP. Two protocols are one second. In network layer, there are two protocols, TCP and UDP. TC, sorry, UDP. TCP is the transfer transfer communication protocol, and UDP is the user. One second. user development protocol. These are the two protocols that is used in TCP. The data is slow, data is transfer slow, but it transfers uh, like you are sending some information um, like you are sending some information in 2 pages, so the data will transfer in the 2 pages as it is. It will not lost any, there is no loss of any data. But in UDP, data is transferred fastly, but it can be, there is a risk of losing the data. So there are two protocols used in the TCP and UDP. Okay, that is used in the network layer. That procedural and functional means to transfer data sequences from a certain node to the other, connecting via different networks, is provided in this layer. So what are the root is also, as I discussed in the router function of the root, the root is decided in this network layer, which route is used to transfer the data, and also which protocol is used to transfer that. Is it TCP or it is UDP? Okay, so this function is in the provided by the network layer. And next is the data link layer. uh, One more function of the network layer, as I discussed about the IP address. So which IP address the information will be sent, so that is done in the network layer. That is done in the network layer, which IP from which IP address is information is going, and which IP address the information will be received, that is in the network layer. Okay, and data link layer, in this MAC address, in this MAC address is because which device, on which device the information will be received, that is provided by the that is a function of the data link layer, to establish the connection between the two devices, that is by the data link layer. How can we create the establish the function connection between the two network devices? Through the MAC address. First is IP address, next is the MAC address. Through this we can establish the connection between the two devices, or this is provided by the data link layer. Okay, next is the physical layer. So one more thing, in the presentation layer, in presentation layer, the data is we are typing in English language. Just suppose we are typing in English language, so but our receiver.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Ma'am, you are not audible.
So as we are discussing about physical layer, so physical layer is where the data is converted into the bit form. In this, the data is converted into the bit form. There is a transmission medium through which data is transferred from sender to receiver. It can be wireless or it can be wired or wireless. Okay. So what devices are used in transferring the data? As we are discussing about, it can be repeaters, it can be Ethernet, it can be adapter, it can be modem, any device, hub, switches. These can be used to transferring the data. These devices are hardware devices are using to transfer the data. Okay. So when you are sending some information, that when you are sending some information, the data is transferring uh, from application layer to physical layer. When receiver is receiving, as shown in the diagram, when receiver is receiving the information, the layer will be from bottom to up: physical layer, then data link layer, then network layer, then transport layer, then session layer, then presentation layer, then application layer. It will be come into the your PC. The information will come into your PC. Then it will, then you will see now, it will MAC address your data link layer, network layer. These are the network hardware layers. Okay. MAC address will be there. So it will then it will convert it into TCP or UDP. Okay. Then how the data is transferring, it is in the it is by the TCP protocol or UDP, or then transfer then in network layer, the data is also converted into packets. First, in transport layer, data is converted into segments. Then in network layer, data is converted into packets. From when receiver receives some information, the data is in the packet form. Then it will convert into segment form. Then you need some authorization. Okay. So need some authorization or error detection. Okay. So then it will go to application layer. You will able to see that information in your screen. Okay. This is the about the OSI model. Next is the TCP IP protocol. The TCP IP model. TCP IP model is the practical model which are we using today. We are using that using the internet on the based of the TCP IP protocol. In this, only 4 layers are present. Some where there is a 5 layers, but mostly there are 4 layers that is present in the TCP IP protocol. Okay. TCP IP protocol is a when sender some information send some information, it is goes to application to transfer to internet to network. Then it will from up up layer to bottom layer. Then it will receive some information, it will from bottom to up layer. Okay. As like in the OSI model, but there was 7 layers. In TCP IP there are 4 layers, because there is a merging of application layer, present layer, session presentation layer, session layer are combined, makes a one layer. This is the application layer. Okay. Then there is a transport layer, then there is a network layer, data link layer, and physical layer combined form the network access interface layer. Okay. These are the combination of the 7 layers, but this makes the 4 layers. The TCP IP model allows the clients to adopt a specific behavior to link a device with the internet. So how to send your information with the help of internet? So this is the there are some protocol used in the to sending some information or receiving some information. Moreover, TCP IP helps how to move data between the devices using the network. When multiple computer networks are linked together, it assists users in building a virtual network. The prime objective of the TCP IP model is to allow long distance communication. Okay. In this protocol, we can communicate long distance. The TCP IP protocol stack is built primarily to provide an extremely stable and end-to-end byte stream over an insecure internet network through utilization of protocol named TCP/IP. The internet operates. So in this, the data is transferred that is stable and end-to-end byte stream. It works on also because the internet, we are using the internet, it's insecure, but we are using the TCP/IP protocol to uh, send some information from one network to another network through this TCP/IP protocol. So the internet fundamentals networking language, as we have discussed, HTML language is used in the networking language. That is a hypertext markup language. In simple words, TCP/IP helps one machine to communicate over the internet to another computer by assembling data packets. The data is transferred in the form of the packets in TCP/IP. Okay. A packet, often more commonly known as network packet, is a unit of data sent from one place to the next system. For those who do not know, like an atom is the tiny unit of the cell, the smallest unit of knowledge distributed of the web is a packet. As you uh, are surfing, as you are browsing some information, so the smallest unit of the information is present on the web or on the internet. That is called packet. That is present in the form of the packet. That is the smallest unit of the information, knowledge present on the web. So what about transmission control protocol as implied in the, but first we will discuss about the TCP/IP. What is the TCP and what is the transmission control protocol? This is the two layers. What is first one is the TCP, second is the IP. IP is the internet protocol, TCP is the transfer control protocol. It is the top layer, IP is the lower layer. TCP is the function of the TCP is the to send the information in the form of the packets. Okay, suppose there are large volume of data, so the data will transfer in the form of the packets to the receiver. Okay, so it transfers the packets in the to the user, to the receiver. And what is the function of the internet protocol? It is the lower portion. TCP is the top layer and internet protocol is the lowest portion. Its feature is the IP, like a IP address. IP address is the, you can say that, GPS location. GPS location of the where you want to communicate with other one. This provides a internet IP address of the GPS of that person where you want to share your information. So as suppose um, uh, uh, you want to send some gift to some other ones. So you will provide some address. You will provide some address on that packet or on that gift. So this is provided by the internet protocol, IP. Okay, this is the function of the internet protocol where you want to share your information. That address is provided by the internet protocol. So what about TCP/IP layers? So there are abstract layers embedded in the TCP/IP. There are 4 layers is present in the TCP/IP. What are these 4 layers? These are each layer has unique function. Okay, so the information is passed from one layer to another. So first one is the application layer. What is the function of the application layer? One second.
Ma'am, is this coming in the syllabus? All these layers?
Yes, this is related to internet. So how to connect, how to share your information through internet. This is about these protocols are used in the internet. So working of the TCP/IP is it breaks down the data into smaller packets that can be shared across a network effect. effective. You just know about the layers of these TCP/IP and just little about the functions of these layers. Okay, at the receiver end, TCP helps to arrange the data packets into specific order. So as you in when you are sending some information, the information is converted into packets. So as suppose you are so this suppose there are your information is converted into 4 packets. So which packet is first transferred to the uh, receiver, that is also decided by the, that is also provided by the these TCP IP protocol. So as you see in the you will open your suppose you get some email. Your email is in the format, in a proper format. You just don't you will not receive the information like your address is present at the topmost the send information of the receiver is sender is at the lowest part. It is in the format. So the information is divided into packets, but it will packets is in the sequence. You will get the information in the sequence. This all is provided by the TCP IP protocol. So first is the application layer. Application layer, it consists of the HTTP. I have discussed about the hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol. There are some protocols used in the emails. That is a simple mail transfer protocols. So in the network management, there are also some protocols, SNMP. I will tell you about these protocols related to email. So this is the function of the application layer, who provides according to the requirement. As you are browsing some information, their protocols are different. As you are transferring the file, their protocols are different. As you are sending some email, their protocols are different. So this is a function of the application layer, which protocol is used in the that according to that requirement. Transport layer is the transfer of the data is done in this layer. It is responsible for maintaining the communication between the sender and the receiver. So there is also used TCP and UDP. I have told you about TCP is the highly reliable and slow. It transfers the data in slow, but it is a highly reliable because data is transferred as it is. As you send, receiver is get as it is the data. But in UDP, data is transferred fast, but is low reliable because data can be lost in UDP protocol. User datagram protocol, data can be lost. And what is the function of the network layer? It consists of IP and internet message protocol. IP means it hosts the address. It gives the address. It sends the information on that address where you want to send some information. This is provided by the network layer, on which address data will be transferred. That is done by the network layer. And physical layer, the protocol in this layer works in the link between different devices. One that is the creates a link, sender and the receiver devices. This physical layer is creates a link between the devices through the, it can be wire or it can be wireless. Okay, this is about the TCP and IP. Okay, internet layer is a network layer, and network interface layer is the combination of the data link layer and the physical layer. Okay, so I will some little bit of I tell you about the email. Today I will tell you about the protocols also, but today I will tomorrow I will tell you about the protocols used in the email, but today I will discuss about only email. Okay, what is email? Email is the it is a short form of the electronic mail. What is the full form of the email? Is the electronic mail. So as you see in the earlier, there was the letters, the send in the send post. There was a post office where you can send the your letters. or any there are many ways to share your information through without using internet. But there was a use of the email. Email was the, you can say like that, the very earlier a way to transfer your information, uh, to the other ones, is the very you can say that earlier way, this is also the telecommunication. This is a in this what is the way used in the email? The email is used telecommunication way to share the information. Email is a message that may contain text. It can be text, it can be files, it can be images or other attachments sent through a network to a specified individual or group of. You can as you see now, as if you are using the email, you can your email send your email uh, one person, or you can many persons. You can your share your information many persons, a group of persons, or a single person. The first email was sent by Tomlinson, who sent the first information. That is important. That is Rom Tomlinson in 1971. Here is also important. Ray Tomlinson is the first one who who sent email. And what was the email? What email he sent? That is the, this is the, these are the words. Sorry, this is the email. That is, this is the information sent by the Ray Milson. And which he sends the information? Self. He sends the he sends the email self, by self. Okay, he doesn't send anyone. He sends the email to his self, to himself. Okay. Email was still transmitted through ARPANET. Which net is used in the on earlier time? That is the ARPANET. Okay. Today's email are used on the store and forward model. What is the meaning of store and forward model? So as you see now, when you don't read your emails, it will not be lost. It will not be lost on your email Gmail account. Okay, as you open your Gmail, you will show your very
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. We are not audible to you.
hello, hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start. Today's email system are based on store and forward model. Store and forward model means, as you open your Gmail account, there are like you can say 30 days, 60 days old emails were be present on your Gmail. How? Because there is a very huge container present in the email, where your all emails are can be stored. And my screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So as I have told you about server, there are so many servers present. So email has also, you can say that there is a large servers, large container present in the email, where a huge amount of data can be mails can be stored, so that it will help to save your all emails until you delete. Until you delete, their emails will be present. Okay. So email servers accept it. Email servers, what way email servers do, it accepts your mails, it forward your mails, it deliver your mails, and it store your messages. Okay, neither the users nor their computers are required to be online simultaneously. They need to connect only briefly, typically to a mail server or a web mail. What is a mail server means to say, you just only present the Gmail account in your on your device, so that the all your mails will be stored in that mail. Okay, on that mail server. Okay, or webmail interface for as long as it takes to send or receive messages or to download it. So what is the meaning? What is the difference between webmail and email? There are two mails, like webmail and email. Email is the mail like you are using today. Gmail is just the application. Email is the electronic mail, but Gmail is the, you can say that version. You can say that a version of that email, like Google Mail. It is a application of the Google. Okay, Gmail is a application of the Google, like Microsoft Outlook. There is also a app, Microsoft Outlook, and Microsoft, the email is the Outlook. As Google is the Gmail, for the Microsoft there is a Outlook, and for Mozilla is the Thunderbird. Okay, Thunderbird is the email used in the Mozilla, and Outlook email is used in the Microsoft. These are the email clients that is used in the different web browsers. Okay, so to when using an email client, you must have a server that stores and delivers your messages. So who provides your server? Server means where your emails are stored, where your emails are stored and delivers, so that you can read anytime. Then you want, when you want, you can read anytime your emails. That is provided by, that space is provided by the ISP, internet server provider, internet service provider. Okay, what is the difference between webmail and email? Webmail is as I told you now, email is present in your email client is present in your device. But webmail, when like you someone don't uh, install don't someone don't install YouTube on your device, on their device. They just open the they just search the on the web browser, and open the YouTube and use that YouTube. This is the web. This is the that is used by the web. And as like in the same web mail, when you want to when you don't want any application installed on your PC or in your device, you just search you just want to work on the mail, you want to send some info, you just open search web mail, and you will use that mail, and you can send any information or your mail to the other ones by using web mail. And an email is present, email is the account that is present on your device. Okay, however, an email client requires a user to install software directly onto their computer, and if the software is not installed, email may not be processed. In email you need to install some software, but not in the case of the web mail. On the other hand, webmail is a free service hosted in the cloud. Cloud computing, I have told you, like when you are using some email, that is a it means you don't need to install any software. You are using web browser. On this, you are using web mail. Uh, you can use the web mail on that cloud computing. Okay, you can use on your desktop, tablet, or smartphone, anywhere you can use webmail. And what are the fields that is used in the email? As you open your email Gmail account, or normally we use the Gmail. So when you open your Gmail app, you will see that when you open your compose, you want to open your Compose, you want to send some information, email someone, you open, there will be, you will see there is a present to, from, CCBC. Okay. So the two is for the where you, from which recipient, which person you want to send your message, that is that will you fill, that will you type on to. And from, who is sending, your name, your email will be present on the uh, from tab. Okay. And if you are replying, if you're replying to a message, suppose you get some email, you get some email from anyone, you want to reply that person, your recipient, your to and from will be automatically filled. In the case when you want send some information to the other one, you have to fill, the that place. But in the case of you want to reply someone, the place will be automatically filled. And what is the meaning of CC? CC is a carbon copy. Suppose suppose you want to send you want to send some message through an email. Suppose you want to message Jack, you want to message Jack, uh, and you also want to message some Bob. These are the names, these are the, just for example, for the uh, this is an example for you. Suppose you want to email Jack and Bob both. So you will write the name on two also, and you also write the name, you will write the name of the Jack in a two box, and you will write the name of the Bob in CC box. The same email will send to the both. The same email will be sent to the both. Okay. And what is the meaning of the these are the example. If you see CC Bob at example.com and Jade at the rate example.com on an email, Bob and Jack will both know that the other received them. As you name and write the name on the two column, and write the name of the CC column, the both will see that when both will get the email, they will see that uh, Jack will know that Bob is also get that same email, and Bob will know that the Jack is also get received that same email. They will know that we both get the same email, because they can see each other on that email. Okay. And what is the case of the BCC? BC is the blind carbon copy. It means uh, uh, as you write the name of the Jake in 2, write the name of the Bob in CC, and other, suppose other name in the BCC, like any name, you can say that any name that you write in the BCC, you want to send same email on these three persons, but BCC information will not get by the CC and 2. CC will they will not know about the BCC person. Okay. Who is the BCC person get the info, same email, they will not know by the 2 and CC, but BCC will know about the 2 and CC, about the 2 and CC. This is a blind carbon copy. So it is similar to the CCC, except the recipients are secrets. Recipients are secrets in case of BCC. But each BCC recipient, suppose you are write the name of three persons in BCC. You write the three name of the persons of the BCC in a BCC column. You but BCC will not know about the neighbors of the BCC, but they will know about the 2 and CC. Understood or not? It's some complicated. As I, one second, I give you the example. Suppose this is 2, This is CC. This is BCC. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. As you know, write down the name of the Jake. Jake @example.com. Write the name in CC. Bob @example. This question comes in the exam. Example. And next is Bob. Next you can say that Samir. Okay. Samir @example.com. @example.com. These are the addresses that where you want to share some, you want to send your email. Okay. So what will happen? One second. Yes. So what will happen? Two. Two will Two will know about when you forgot about BCC now. First, we will talk about 2 and CC. You type the address on the 2 and CC. When the CC and 2, Jake and Bob will get the mail. They will know. CC will know that Jake is get the same email, and Jake is also know that Bob get the same email. Okay, Bob get the same email. They will know about each other. When they get the email, they will know about the Jake get the same email and Bob get the same email. But when you type the address on the BCC means blind carbon copy. So 2 and CCB will not know about the Samir. They will not know about the Samir get the same email because Samir is present in the BCC column. Okay. But Samir will know about the Jake and Bob. Samir will know about the Jake and Bob get the same email. Okay. Understood up to this point?
Yes, ma'am. Means, ma'am, you are saying 2 and CC, they can know their mail each other.
They
But
can know. They know about each other, but BCC they don't know about the BCC.
yes, and BCC also can know both means
They
2
know
and
about
CC.
the both. They know about Jake and Bob also. BCC know
Okay.
about Jake and Bob, but Jake and Bob don't know about the Samir. Okay.
We can say here common is BCC.
Yes.
Means we can say here between the three only BCC is common who can know all the mails. Means,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes. But now in the suppose there is a Aman. You can say that Aman. I am sending also the same email to Aman also. Okay. So this is okay. But now in this case, BCC, Samir and Aman don't know about each other. Okay. Samir and Aman know about Jake and Bob, but they don't know about each other. Okay. BCC can't see their neighbors, but they can see 2 and CC. They can't see their neighbors. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again? What you told
Yes.
about?
Yes. I have told you, Jake and Bob don't know about Samir, but Samir know about Jake and Bob. But in case of BCC, Samir don't know about Aman, and Aman also don't know about Samir. As it means they in BCC when you write the address in the BCC, their neighbors can't see each other. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, got it. And
Yes.
Aman can know the 2 and CC also, na?
Yes. The address present in the BCC can see 2 and CC. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So Yes, I have told you about this. Email address breakdown. We will tell you about how to break the email account, email address. So, what is the, suppose this is the address of the email account, support at the rate anitavarma.com. What is the meaning of the support? Support is the username. Address is divided into two parts, that is username and domain name. As I have told you about domain name, domain name is the Anita Verma. Here is the domain name is the Anita Verma, and domain suffix is .com. Okay, and support is the username. Support is a username. After at the rate, there is a domain name, and at .com is the domain suffix. Okay, at the rate is the between the present in the username and domain name. Okay, so uh, two at the rates can't be present at one email address. Two at the rate, two symbols of at the rate can't be in one email address. It will be only one. It will be only one at the rate symbol will be present in your email address. Okay, so the username cannot be longer than, as I have told you, support is a username. Username can't be longer than 64 characters, and domain name cannot be longer than 254 characters. Okay, you have to remember these things. So username cannot be longer than 64 characters, and domain name cannot be longer than 254 characters. If you uh, uh, type address 65, it will be neglected. It will be rejected by the ISP, or you can say like ISP who provides the domain name. It will be rejected by that. Okay. So there should be only one at the rate sign in an email address. The space and special characters are allowed. These are the special characters are allowed in the email address, but it must be preceded with the forward slash. Okay. Also valid, some email providers do not allow these. Somewhere there is no these characters are not allowed. In some addresses there are some doesn't provide these these special characters. Okay, it can be according to your uh, account that are you using. Okay, alternate. Also dot is present in the .com. uh, um, 1 second. This is a .com. Okay, so one dot is present, but you can't it can be more than one dot can be present in your address. Suppose dot Arti dot suppose any characters. Okay, so it can be like that. No, no, it cannot be start from the dot. It can be dot present in between, but you can't write in consecutively like 1 second. Dot. So these dots cannot be consecutively at only one dot can be present at one time, and you can't start with the dot. You can't start your address with the dot. Okay, dot cannot be present at the starting, and dot cannot be consecutively. It can be not be. It can be only one at one time. Suppose there is I can't write three dots in between this. I can only write one dot at one time. Okay, if I want like this, I can write like this. Okay, but I also can't write in front at the starting. I can't write with dot. I can't start my address with dot. Okay, email must not have two or more consecutive periods. Periods means to say dots. all BCC addresses are only visible to the sender. I have told you about these. BCC can see the to and CC addresses. BCC addresses will not find the addresses in BCC field. One BCC address cannot see or know other BCC addresses. I have discussed about today. Tomorrow we will discuss about these protocols, about emails. Okay. So if anybody want to ask any question, we can. Otherwise, we will